Chapter 2080, 3 Charging is a problem. The 3,000 Delta level Inhuman soldiers still brought considerable pressure to everyone. Zhang Yi was not surprised at all. Everyone is well aware of the strength of the Wulwan Empire. If the Qinling Dragon clan had not taken action, the entire Huashu kingdom would have been destroyed. 3,000 Delta-class Inhumans. Well, our Fukiage troops have no way to fight against them. But this is easy to solve. Zhang Yi looked at Liu Karen on the other side. Can the flammable, reparable mechanical life forms fight against them? Liu Karen thought about it, hesitated for a moment, and then said, in theory, it can be done. But those mechanical life forms consume a lot of energy. Zhang Yi nodded. I will take care of the other things, you just need to be responsible for the troops. Much of the accumulation of endless years of the entire mechanical civilization has now fallen into Zhang Yi's hands. Others cannot repair those mechanical life forms, but Liu Karen can. Uncle Yu couldn't help but applaud. Yes, although we are few in number, we have many mechanical life forms. Liu Karen couldn't help but roll his eyes. Uncle Yu doesn't understand how much energy these mechanical life forms would consume in order to exert their best combat effectiveness. Basically, the consumption of 10 combat-type mechanical life forms is comparable to that of a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. Bailey Chongqing buried his head even lower. Now, he is no better than a machine. However, Zhang Yi felt that Bailey Chongqing did not need to belittle himself, as he had many advantages that mechanical life forms did not possess. For example, the only energy it consumes is rice, which is extremely cost-effective. Ahem, just kidding. But it is true. The power of the aliens comes from the higher dimensional spirits, so they are not restricted by the energy conservation laws of the material world. Their thoughts can change the world. What's more, Zhang Yi plans to add more Epsilon mutants to the team in the future. Bailey Chongqing will be one of the first choices in the future. Xinxin, keep talking. Zhang Yi gestured to Yang Xinxin. Yang Xinxin nodded. There's nothing much to say about Alpha, Beta, and Sigma level Inhumans. They won't pose much of a threat after the war begins. Even ordinary elite soldiers armed with high-tech weapons can kill these people. And the most threatening ones are naturally the Inhumans of the Epsilon level. When everyone heard the word Epsilon, they couldn't help but put down their food and listened attentively. Upper-level combat effectiveness has become the most important factor in determining the strength of both sides after the era of mutation. Yang Xinxin kept looking at Zhang Yi, and suddenly she smiled. A light but gentle smile. Zhang Yi immediately relaxed a lot, and Yang Xinxin's smile also meant that the top combat power of the Wulwan Empire was not too far behind them. The number of top aliens in the Wulwan Empire was originally very large. But after the previous battle in Tianhai City, they lost a large number of chariot-level silver-armored generals and a black bishop. It can be said that the loss was heavy. In the Battle of Demon's Eye, another black bishop was killed, and we captured 6 silver-armored generals. These forces exceed half of the original strongmen in the Wulwan Empire. Now, among the Epsilon-level aliens still in the Wulwan Empire, there are 10 silver-armored general-level aliens, and 8 white chariot-level deputy generals. 1 person at the level of a white bishop. As for the one you care about the most, brother, he is the gatekeeper of the underworld, the Grand Marshal of the Wulwan Empire, Junglu. According to the confessions of the 6 people, his strength is 53,000 points according to human standards. After hearing what happened above, everyone felt much more relaxed. Although it is still an extremely powerful force, haven't they faced enough powerful enemies in recent years? At least the current power of the Wulwan Empire is no longer out of their reach. But after hearing about Junglu's strength, everyone fell into silence. 53,000 points? What concept? Pokong's ability index is only 42,000 points, so Zhang Yi needs to use all means to kill him. However, Junglu with 53,000 points can instantly kill Pokong with 42,000 points. In other words, if Zhang Yi meets Junglu now, he can only ensure that he can escape. Beat? There is no hope of winning head-on. Everyone looked at each other, then looked at each other, and finally subconsciously looked at Zhang Yi. Fatty Sue immediately consoled him. It's only 53,000 points. What's the big deal? Don't worry, Lauda. With your talent, you will definitely surpass him in 10 or 8 years. We can seek revenge then. Deng Shintong smiled and shook his head, saying, I'm afraid that even if you want to delay, others won't give you a chance. Now the tsunami is flooding the coastal cities, but what about the next time? We know very well that the Qinling Dragon Clan will not protect us forever. Others don't know, but don't they know clearly? The reason for helping each other before was entirely to repay Zhang Yi for bringing back the dragon bones from Japan. They don't have much interaction with the Qinling Dragon Clan. Why would they go to war with another civilization for you? It's simply that the Wulwan Empire is not aware of the inside story. Otherwise, if they attack Tianhai City again, they will have no choice but to escape. Zhang Yi poked the rice with his chopsticks and said, Other problems are easy to solve. The biggest problem is how to kill the gatekeeper of the underworld. Well, there is a solution to this problem. He looked at Lu Karen. As long as we can figure out how to use Ling, it won't be difficult to kill the gatekeeper of the underworld. This is his greatest confidence. After fighting my way back from the Devil's Eye with great difficulty, the human form of the Sword Knight of the Ichin tribe must be put to good use. Lu Karen's face turned bitter again. Brother Zhang Yi, I'm not saying this. This problem is even bigger than the previous one. I have studied Ling's body. This body doesn't look like it was man-made. It is completely natural and is the most perfect masterpiece of science and technology. Only, Zhang Yi asked, just what? Lu Karen took a deep breath. But if I want to use her, the energy required will be an extremely terrifying number. Even if we put everything we have now into it, I'm afraid we won't be able to fully revive it. Zhang Yi was silent for a moment. Is it so scary? Lu Karen nodded. It is powered by 14.8 billion spiritual essences of the Yihan people, which are gathered into the thought body. Such a huge collection of spiritual essences can be called a small creator in a sense. According to my calculations, if Ling can be fully revived, she can even become a world-destroying super weapon. Zhang Yi smiled softly. Of course. After all, this is an existence that can suppress the Druk clan. Chapter 2084. War is about resources. According to the holy scriptures of the Holy See, at that time, the king of angels Lucifer led 1/3 of the angels to rebel against God, but was eventually suppressed into hell by the archangel Michael. The truth of history is hidden in ancient myths. The Druk giants were created by the creator Kagago, so they were once similar to the Yihan tribe. It was just that because he did not submit to the will of the creator and intended to replace the godhead, he rebelled against the creator. Since the Druks are the 3rd generation of humans, it is understandable that they led 1/3 of the angels to rebel against God. As for who are the 4 archangels who are loyal to God, the shadows of the 4 guardian knights of the Yihan tribe emerged in Zhang Yi's mind. Ling is the Knight of the Sword. Is she the legendary Archangel Michael? Retracting his thoughts, Zhang Yi asked Lu Karen seriously, Can it be partially revived? I don't need Ling to return to her prime, but it is still possible to wake her up, right? Ling is now divided into 2 parts. The true soul has returned to the ether, and the physical body remains in the human world. But the memory of it remains in both parts. Zhang Yi wanted to know to what extent she could help him destroy the Wulwan Empire. Lu Karen bit her lip and said, Let me try again, brother. For her, this task is also very challenging. After all, that was the 2nd generation of humans in ancient times who developed civilization to the pinnacle, a race of gods in mythology and legends. Even for her, with her ability of void transformation, it was difficult to study Thorin's body. Yang Xinxin said, Then the most critical issue now is whether Ling's human body can be awakened and used as a weapon against the gatekeeper of the underworld, right? Zhang Yi nodded, his eyes clear and cold. Of course. Yang Xinxin said, In addition to the alien level, we must also consider one issue. The technological level of the Wulwan Empire is far ahead of us humans. In terms of technological level, They are probably about 500 years ahead of us. Restricted by the rules of the Creator, they dare not allow their population and technological level to increase. Otherwise, they may cross the line and the entire race will be wiped out by the Creator. But even so, the main city of the Wulwan Empire still has an extremely powerful city defense system. They also have many weapons that are more powerful than the death of love. These will become problems on our road to revenge. Zhang Yi rubbed his hands. He certainly knew how difficult it was to destroy a powerful prehistoric civilization kingdom. However, there are some things he has to do. There is no retreat in a life-and-death struggle. It's easier to destroy than to build. Just like they destroyed our home. Even if the god of death of love may not be able to match their weapons, as long as the equivalent is large enough, we can still use stupid methods to destroy everything they have. Zhang Yi laughed, and everyone felt that his smile was a little cruel. If you don't have enough firepower, you can make up for it with numbers. We are not in a hurry. We can prepare slowly. I will also go to other regions to borrow these death of love. When the time comes, bury them underground in the main area of the Wulwan Empire, and then, bang! Poor Ultra, Ltd. Zhang Yi spread his hands and made an explosion gesture. Let them have a taste of what it feels like to have their homes destroyed. Isn't that fun? Just thinking about that scene makes me excited. Zhang Yi supported his chin with both hands and smiled, but the coldness from his body made people shudder. For 3 days he did nothing. But that doesn't mean the anger and hatred in his heart disappeared. Hatred is like wine. The longer it is aged, the mellower it becomes. Deng Shintong swallowed his saliva and sighed. It has to be you again, Zhang Yi. You are indeed the person I am familiar with. Zhang Yi rubbed his arms and looked at Deng Shintong. By the way, old Deng, how about you here? The Deng family's intelligence is world-class, so Deng Shintong will naturally not be idle these days. He said, according to your instructions, I asked someone to find out about the situation in Northern Europe. It seems that everything is very calm now, and there is no news from the Holy See. I think they know about what happened between you and the Wulwan Empire, so they're waiting to see what's going on. Zhang Yi waved his hand. These guys are very cunning, but as long as they don't come to bother me, everything will be fine. Deng Shintong continued. In addition, I have people gathering intelligence along the coast. The Wulwan Empire is indeed blocking the sea area. They will send people to patrol the sea area and will take action if they encounter people from the Huashu Kingdom. People in other regions are fine, but people in the EC region are unlucky. If people in EC City want to move, the fastest way is to go by sea, but there is no way to do that now. The current Donghai City is just like Tianhai City. It has become a frozen city and a muddy land. It is in a very miserable state. Xuanwu and Zhuke don't dare to act rashly. Now they seem to be waiting for your reply. Deng Shintong touched his chin and said, but I think they can only accept their fate now. After all, they are not strong enough, so they can only endure the beating. Zhang Yi turned the blue and white porcelain bowl in his hand, lowered his eyelids, and then chuckled. You are right. If you don't have the strength, you can only endure being bullied. This is how the world is. But we must avenge this. And we must do it in the bloodiest way possible. He raised his head, his eyes sharp and filled with unquestionable determination. This world is already in chaos, with many races from ancient times appearing one after another. We can't rely on anyone but ourselves. If we are invaded by the Wulwan Empire and we keep silent, there will be countless troubles in the future. So, you must strike first to open the door, lest 100 blows come. Uncle Yu put down his chopsticks, clenched his fist, and said, Zhang Yi, go for it. I support you. Zhang Yi said, we can't just do it recklessly. We can't do this alone. Even if we can do it, there will be heavy casualties. I said I won't let my companions die. Therefore, there must be a perfect battle plan. And other major regions need to participate. They have to provide me with resources and manpower. I do this not only for myself, but also for the future peace of the entire Huashu Kingdom. Zhang Yi said to Yang Xinxin and Lu Karen, Shinshin, start formulating a battle plan now. I need a battle plan with a feasibility rate of more than 80%. Karen, you now concentrate on studying Ling's human body and make sure to wake it up. Don't worry about what you need. I'll get it back. Dear viewers, thanks for staying with me. We'll try to get you more updates. Please like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. Love you all.